Hello, good morning everybody. Today we are going to take into consideration one more critical term which is entitled as irony. Friends, the term irony is a figure of speech. It is an idea communicated in such a way that the opposite meaning of the word is expressed through them. It is a contrast or incongruity between expectations for a situation and what is reality. This can be a difference between the surface meaning of something that is said and the underlying meaning. It can also be a difference between what might be expected to happen and what actually occurs. The term irony has come from the Greek character whose name is Iron, who was an underdog and used his wit to overcome a stronger character. The Greek word ironia derived from this character. Friends, when we take into consideration the Greek use of this term, in Greek it means a dissimulation. The term firstly recorded by Plato in his very famous work, The Republic. In Republic, it has approximately the meaning of a glib and underhand way of taking people in. I would like to explain more about this term or the role of this term. It is a mode of literature in which the characters exhibit a power of action inferior to the one assumed to be normal in the reader or audience, or in which the poet's attitude is one of detached objectivity. So, in this way, the term has been used in Greek literature to convey the different kind of meaning there. A literary term referring to how a person, situation, statement or circumstance is not as it would actually seem. Many times it is the exact opposite of what it appears to be. There are many types of irony, but we can focus on the major three types of irony. The first one is verbal irony, second one is dramatic irony, and third one is cosmic irony. Friends, I would like to give you one example for more understanding or clear understanding of the use of irony by a famous women writer, Jane Austen. She has written a novel entitled as Pride and Prejudice. In that novel, she has used one sentence. By taking into consideration this sentence, we can understand the use of irony. I would like to quote the lines such as, "It is a truth universally acknowledged that a single man in possession of a good fortune must be in want of a wife." When we take into consideration this sentence made by Jane Austen in this novel and the irony which is used there, I would like to explain. The ironic implication of this term here in this sentence is that a single woman is in want of a rich husband. I mean, we can understand the opposite meaning of the term here expressed by the author Jane Austen. There are so many intellectual writers and philosophers has made use of the term irony in their work. I would like to give their names. Plato, Alexander Pope, Henry James, Jonathan Swift. These writers and these philosophers have used the critical term irony in their work very swiftly. Friends, the explanation about the term irony ends here. Thank you very much for listening patiently.